All right, people. All right. So, welcome again to MG Sports TV. I want to say thank you very much for the continued support, people. Really, really appreciate the genuine support. And let me show you something, people. See, life. In life, I'm not a philosopher. Let me make that clear. I am not a philosopher, but in life, it's really, really good to be humble and appreciative of what you have in life, and just be very much respectful to others. Very much so. That's just it. These are the key aspects of life that I go by. Be humble, be respectful, and try to treat everyone as best as possible. Not everyone will like you. That's just the reality. That's the reality of the world that we live in. But be very, very humble. As you guys come in, I would really appreciate it if you smash the like button. Let me know if you're hearing my audio as crisp and as clear as possible. If not, I can definitely change the mic. Let me know if you're seeing me as crisp and clear as possible. If not, let me know. I will try to make the adjustment. But what I want you guys to do is just do the thing that we always ask you to do, which is at the tip of your finger in by hitting that like button. It's really, really easy. It's significantly easy, people, and most definitely. So first, I want to give a shout out to all those who were on the game, who are watching the game on the stream. I want to give you guys a big thank you for the support, also for sharing and also hitting the like button. Tremendous appreciation. We had over 22,500. I think we peaked at 22,500 persons watching the game, and it must have meant that you guys actually was enjoying the coverage and the streaming of the game. I know that you'd never necessarily enjoy the game, but definitely you enjoy the fact that you were able to see the game in proper quality. Maybe not the best, but in fairly decent quality. Guys, only 6 persons so far have hit the like button. We tremendously appreciate it if you do so. Now, also want to touch on the fact that yes, people, we have I said I watch it stadium no money and no my money. Okay. So definitely also what I want to touch on is this. As you guys know, we stream it through the new camera that was provided by some of you guys who participated in the GoFundMe, and I want to say thank you very much as well. In doing so, our aim is to get bigger and better. If we can reach up to 2 cameras, that would be tremendous. We can provide that coverage so you guys can see whatever game. So that's the direction that we're trying to push forward. So massive respect. Let me give a shout out to our channel members. I do think that I have to do that. To the Patreon first, Raymond Austin, Ravon Bennett, the originals, these are the channel members now, the military squad. The original Zilla, Jermaine Swaby, Rose Gold, David Beckham, Feather 5, Black Icon 40, Kyle Wallace from the Reggae Boyz Supporters Club, Lee Bell, Marsden Ricketts, Jamil Winter, and Rolanda Codner. Massive respect to all of you guys. Also, shout out to our sponsors at SAP Sports. You can check them out on the IG page at SAP Sports for respect. Now, what I'm appreciative of, people, remember that we had our target to 25K. We wanted to finish 2022 and at 25K. We did not hit it. But guess what we did? We definitely hit 25K over the last couple of days. Yeah, I think we have gained a significant amount. So we're hitting the 25K, and we are very close to hitting 26K. So maybe, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change this now. I'm going to change this to 26K. We are very close to hitting 26K, people. So we change the target now. I'm wondering if it's possible to end the year with 30K. Is that possible? Of course it's possible. Gold Cup is coming up. The Women's World Cup is coming up. It is possible. I do think it's possible. Most definitely. We have the Tier 2 commission going on. I do think it is possible, people. So Massive respect to everyone in the comment section. Really appreciate the support. Over 40 persons watching, 13 likes, that don't look good. Anyways, let me jump in the comment section. So people, there's a poll going on. This is what the poll said. Did you enjoy the team performance? This poll is actually the team performance over the 2-game period. This question is ranked over the 2-game period. We have 24 votes, only 14 likes. It is just as easy in voting as to hit the like button. So do not let the votes fly away left the likes. Votes and likes should be in the same category. So far we have 16% said yes, it was okay. 72% said no, we should have done better, and 11% said too early to tell. And I would understand for the 11% who are sitting on the fence. For me personally, I'm going to tell you my I'm going to tell you my thought. But first, let me run through some of the comments in the meantime. Archangel says, this is not looking good, bruv. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. O'Shane Rodriguez, poor. Big up O'Shane. Oh, God said, up MG. Michael Rose said, yes, because the team was a young team. And I would understand that, definitely. O'Shane Rodriguez said, I hear good. Big up. Oh, God said, Jamaica match a trash. Ooh. O'Shane said, it's not about the result. Even if we lose, just want to see some good football. Howard Godfrey said, I watched it at the stadium. Clark Dunner said, the quality of the stadium field is a huge factor of that poor performance. Let me tell you something, Clark Dunner. The quality of the stadium, it was actually very good. Stadium pitch is actually really, really good. It's not bad. The stadium pitch is not bad. So there's no excuse for that performance. Look at how people on the bad pitch down by Catching Hall, Trinidad play well, and they came on the pristine pitch in the National Stadium, and Trinidad still played well. Record and Music, big up. One said, I understand it's a friendly, but the stadium could full. Alright, so you have to realize now, it's a midweek game, right? The game played on a Tuesday. Work, people coming, people trying to reach home, all these type of things, traffic. There's a lot of factors. To look at that. It's too early to tell. Rico Dan said 50k. Maybe Rico Dan. Hopefully, God will bless us with more subscribers. Hopefully. I said Mobile looked good on Saturday. And did you know that actually we had more people in the National Stadium than that of Catching Hall, because Catching Hall's seating facility was smaller. That's the reason why it looks like more people. That's just it. Because the stadium is so big, 30,000, maybe roughly about 10 to 15,000. Up by, I think I must say about 3 to 4,000, or maybe about 5,000 persons turn out by Catching Hall. But because it's the size of the stadium that make it look like that. Just like if you have a bedroom, a house with one bedroom and 15 persons living in it, in comparison to a hotel where I have nearly 100 bedroom, it looks really, really like a little bit of people. So that you will see the comparison there. You see the contrast in that. Rico Dan said that game was definitely Maggie level of player. Who interested? Isco said, I think the game missed someone like McGee. Ocean Rodriguez said the field have nothing to do with that. I agree. Trinidad look like a team. They look more organized, definitely. Marsden Ricketts, big up. Video quality was great with the commentary. Expected better football over the two legs. Still looking for a style of play. Very, very good observation by Marsden Ricketts. Very good observation. Me personally, that's something that I wanted to see. I want to see some level of repetition. With repetition, it means that these things were applied in training. And remember, we're speaking about a team that most of these players have been together for the past 6 weeks. So we should have seen something significantly better than what we saw. Guys, only 18 likes on the video, people. People, please. I don't want to be able to consistently stop the show and talk about likes. Please, people. Let's do the right thing, now, people. Let's do the right thing. Ocean said, you can see the progress in Trinidad. True, yeah, they're getting better and better. Alright, so first game they played a bit deeper than the last game. First game, no, that's my apologies. Second game they played a bit deeper. They won the first game, so they had no need to come at us. In the second game, they played quite deep, but they were so dangerous in transition. They were extremely dangerous in transition. It looked like they could hurt any team in transition. Oh, God said, Whisper get glory. Hallelujah, Jesus Christ in heaven and didn't concede. Me not know by that award. Me not really know by that award. Medication said we played a much higher line at the back. Yeah, because Trinidad was playing so deep, so we had to play a higher line. They were playing really, really deep, people. Ocean Rodriguez said, I didn't go see them to see Jamaica win. I go to see some progress and Jamaica put in on a show. Unfortunately, in my perspective, unfortunately to me, I didn't see not much read from the first game. And I didn't like how it looked personally. I didn't like how it looked. So, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to run through a bit of player ratings. I think that's actually something that I wanted to do. Have a look at the starting lineup. Similar system again, another 4-4-2 system, people. Another 4-4-2 system. Some performances that I was really, if I'm being honest, people, I was really, really disappointed in some of the performances that I saw. I expected a lot better. I'm going to see starting lineup. I'm not see starting lineup. What's going on here? Starting lineup not come up. I try to bring up a starting lineup, people. My sincere apologies on that. Official that good. Okay. So the picture come up. I try to bring up the starting lineup, people. My sincere apologies. So, I want to say, much appreciation because, as you guys know, I did a few highlight reel, and I'm seeing those highlight reels being shared over the mass of Jamaica. I also see it being shared by someone who told me, who actually I'm gonna say I can't say them kind of disrespected me about something I never wanted to bring it up, but something Samsung. But I'm really happy that they're now utilizing the highlight reel that I created. I'm really happy for that, and definitely I could take actions, but no, I want it to be out there. So I love that fact. Anyways, so that is me. I'm not like everyone else. This world we live in, you have all different type of personnel. You have persons who say they mean you good, and in truth, they don't. Me not see starting lineup. JFF never published the starting lineup. I swore JFF published the starting lineup. Alright, so I'm gonna go on it. Alright, so no. They never published it, people. Oh, yeah, it's published. It was published. My sincere apologies on that, people. Alright, so it was actually published. Guys, please, people, please hit the like button. Ocean said Whisper should be playing wide. That's what you are saying, but remember, we're not the coach, man. We're not the coach now. Ocean said Lamar Walker is not a winger. Let me see what else in the comment section. Fresh God, big up, massive respect, Fresh God. Oh, God said Jamaica should never lose on Saturday. 48K said them play better than the first match. True, still didn't win anything. Still getting much from the game as well. Sure Improvement said Ocean Trinidad has a much earlier game. I have the big up, my respect. Dennis Gonzalez said, good evening, I'm from Panama. I follow all the great teams in the area. Great game today. Greetings from Panama City. We'll see you next qualifier. My respect, Dennis Gonzalez. And definitely we will see you. Hopefully we can get friendly with you in coming. I think in the future coming. Because I do believe that the JFF, the Football Federation, is looking to get some of these high profile types of friendly. So I do believe that we might be seeing each other a bit earlier than we thought. Sure Improvement said too much long ball. Ocean said too much long ball. Me they see them, me head hurt me. Yeah, me understand. Yeah, say yeah, whole for long ball is very frustrating. Fresh God, big up, my respect. Fresh God said small reminder, people, please do smash the like button and support the live. Support the live by hitting that like button. Definitely much respect, Fresh God. Me I tell them, man, you always support. Big up. Howard Gaff said, when do we play Mexico? I think we play Mexico on the 27th or the 28th of this month. Week after next. I'm sure it's week after next. So look out to see the squad drop sometime soon. Not sure. I don't know. I didn't get any information on that. Maybe next week or something like that. So look forward to see that. Claude Murphy, big up. Whisper is a wonder boy and come with all this hype. No, if Schoolboy is now the face of Jamaica football, Crapold refused to smoke with pipe. But if alright, so look at the 17-year-old from Trinidad. The Kyle, I think it's Kale Avery. That kid is brilliant. I mean, untouchable, brilliant. Ishmael King said, "Uno look like up the man thing, a kind of joke business the man." But me have to come go on a page, touch like button or else. Big up. Julie said, "LG, big up, big up." Clark Dunn said, "I don't know which field you were watching, but that pitch I saw had too much patches in it, and the striker was having a difficult time shooting a clean shot." Clark, I wish match you did not watch. I wish match you did not watch, Clark. Clark, you talk about the first game. What about the game that played yesterday? The game that played last night, Clark. The game that played last night. You're talking about the first match. We're speaking about the second match. 2 match played. Howard Garf said Whisper skill, but I don't know why Whisper don't fix up the shot there. I'm not sure. Rush, big up. 4-4-2 system is not working. Well, since the time the coach has been here, that's the system that he has deployed. So the question was actually asked. I think this other Sports TV asked the question in the post-match podcast, in the post-match interview, and he said that no, he's not dedicated to one system. He's working with what best he can see, but he's not dedicated to one system. But if I'm being honest, since I've been here, that's the system that I've seen him use, the 4-4-2, the formation, I should say. A bit of flexibility, but you could see areas in which players struggles in that system. Omar Hutchinson had a poor game. I don't know why. I thought he would have taken off Omar Hutchinson, maybe trying to play him through, let him understand what it's like having a bad game, and you still have to definitely turn out and I would rather say, oh, John, sir, I never change back his stream quality, you know. At that side, that's why I look so. We never change back the stream quality. My sincere apologies, people. We never change back the stream quality to 1080p. We never change it back to 10. Let me see if it's not bad still. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. Never change the stream quality to 1080p. When we can do it now. When we can do it now. Output, advanced. No, that can't touch. That can't touch video. Nah. Can't touch again. Can't again. My apologies, people, about the quality. I thought it was in 1080p, but unfortunately it wasn't. Gamebird said True Lamar ain't no winger. Dwight Austin, big up. How could the field be an issue? Both teams played on the same field, and Trinidad looked better than us on both occasions. Yeah. Karum said, what you call it? Work in progress? Karum, me not like. Alright, so you have to say work in progress, but definitely the work look a bit slow, Karum. You know that kind of construction where you give some man some job to do, and you pay them. What you pay them now? Not a daily job. You just give them a job to do. And when you turn up on the site, you give some man a decking for do. When you turn up on the site, man will sleep up there to right. All them kind of stuff they are going. Be a food that eat and drink it and no work now go on. But you can say it's work in progress. Unfortunately, I was not impressed over the both legs. If I'm being honest, I was not impressed. I do believe if in the post-match interview, the coach demeanor kind of say that he was not impressed as well. He won't say it openly. Definitely won't say it openly, but you could see it from his demeanor. I could be reading it wrong as well. Can look like someone who's already get frustrated. Anyways, people continue to smash the like button. People, please, if we can get the likes over to 100 in no time, I would thoroughly appreciate it. Gamebird said, why we don't have any DM? Alright, so let me tell you people, we do have DM. Alright, so unfortunately, for me, so far this season, the best central defensive midfielder in Jamaica, he did not get called up. In my perspective, the most informed central defensive midfielder. There are two of them. One, maybe they're going to say age, yeah, in Fabian McCarthy. People are going to say age, this and that, and I would understand. No problem at all. Two is Jamar Purcell at Arnett. Listen, and the reason why I can state this is because if you guys look at the team of the week, and the team of the week was chosen by me, maybe I've asked a few coaches their perspective of the game, or whatever, and Jamar Purcell would have been one of the players who have been consistently, maybe like 2, 3, 4, and only 2 players kind of kick him out of the spot. Fabian McCarthy and Andrew Vanzi. Fabian McCarthy and Andrew Vanzi are the only 2 other players who actually kick him out of the spot. So far this season, Jamar Purcell I would have personally said that he has been the most consistent central defensive midfielder in the Jamaica Premier League. Allen Harvey is good as well, not gonna lie. Joshan Anglin is good as well. But based off the level of consistency and high performance, consistency is the most important thing for me, people. And Jamar Purcell, I definitely believe that he would have been that one. He's not as big, physical as like Joshan Anglin and Allen Harvey, but he's more of like a Kante type central D-mid. A lot of tackles, turnovers, very, very technical. But unfortunately, yeah, that's how it is sometimes. But we do have D-mid. But I just say go still. Karim said Tyler Roberts looks like a player we need to see more of. A lot of pace, very, very quick, very, very direct. Karumi, he is extremely direct. Karim said our central midfielder and love to play forward passes, too much square and back passes. Yeah, but I do believe that the two. All right, so the problem is Karumi. We were playing a 4-4-2 formation, right? But yet still we have a central right in front of the centre backs. We have look at where Joshan Anglin position was. He was right in front of the centre backs. Now look at that. If you were playing a 4-3-3 system, what that 4-3-3 system would have done, it would have allowed him to have 2 number 8s where they can rotate or float in and around the midfield where they could receive the second phase of pass. Unfortunately, first phase of pass was from the centre back to Joshan Anglin. But guess what? When Joshan Anglin received the ball, there's only one other player available in front of him, and that would have been Lamar Walker. Is it Lamar Walker? Yeah, I think that would have been Lamar Walker. Who was the other central? Let me see who was the other central. No, my apologies. Phillips. It was Demar Phillips. And when you look at that, when you look at the fact that he only had Phillips to play in front of, and the Trinidad team was playing a 3 in the midfield, so we were already outnumbered in the midfield. So that is where I thought the coach would have seen that we were outnumbered in the midfield, and really and truly, the Trinidad team, they were working extremely harder than us. They worked harder than us, and you know, it was evident they worked harder than us, and that's one of the reasons why we find it very, very difficult to progress the ball. They recover very good, they recover extremely good. They trap back, they cut out the passing lanes, they cut out the channels. They did good at that. And that kind of forced us to kind of push the ball over the top, in which was, I do deem it unnecessary. Now, I thought that the coach would have changed his system to maybe put a 3 in midfield just to nullify the numbers that is, and balance out the numbers that is in the midfield. You have more persons coming, more midfielders coming for the ball rather than one person. And that would be more interchangeable. So, when Joshan Anglin received the ball now, most of the time, Mauro Phillips is actually very active. Actually had a good game. In the IOP pitch, and 2-3 Trinidad players were already moving in the channel, can't get it. So guess what I have to do? I have to either go back to King, Tope, Lembikisa, or Thomas a left back. So those were the only available options. I personally thought that the coach should have made a change of system and probably go to a 4-3-3 or even a 4-2-3-1. Maybe have 2 at the base where the two essentials they can push forward and have one more float. But it's basically the same thing. just to have more numbers in midfield because they were playing quite deep. And how you go break down a team who play so deep? Chaos. You have to create some chaos. You need to create some chaos. You need to create some chaos. And it looks stagnant at some point. Players just turn up one place. People just that's how it looked. That's how it looked to me personally. I do believe that we could have definitely done better. And I think the coach should have realized that. Game again was disappointing. Big up Siobhan. Number 9 said Tyler is a killer. Never knew we had a Jamaican players like that at one bench. He's very, very direct. Unfortunately, he is extremely a raw talent. Really, really a raw talent. He has so much more to learn. He has such a far way to go. And I'm telling people, he's a brilliant player. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go bring up the StreamYard actually. Bring up the StreamYard so people can call in if you want to. If you want, you can call in. I'm going to make it available so you guys can call in. I'm going to make it available, people, because you guys can call in on the program. I just wanted to do maybe basically like a short show. Basically like a short show. Not necessarily a long one. Because we know it's late and people need to go in bed. And we can tell people, told me tired today. I couldn't, not even schoolgirl football match, I couldn't go. Drop asleep there, I didn't even know when me drop, knock right out. Knock out. So just drop the link, people. You guys can jump on if you want to. Ocean said we now get the Mariah Gray. I was told that was I heard. Big up Travis. Big up massive respect. So people may drop the link in the comment section definitely. Chelsea David said who's using 4-4-2? Who? Kiss me teeth. That's the formation that we played. Chelsea. That's the formation that we played. Karim said always remember. What? We're going to John shop. I don't know what going to John shop because I something the freeze a while ago. Me StreamYard freeze. Karim said always remember. Just agree. Karim comments. Outlaw said the man them play ball pan wing alone true. Claude so we were doing the wall dance sideways, backwards. Finboji Vicar said Algrimson's using these games where best players are with their clubs to see if he can find players to add to the pool to the best players. When Algrimson was with Iceland, he always find 1 or 2 players in those games. Definitely. Well, interesting to see who is going to pick from it still. Definitely. Really interested going to see. Roger Grant. Unfortunately, I'm not that good at Spanish. I did Spanish in college. College, but I can't recall anything that I did. If I'm being honest, I can't recall anything that I did. Yeah. So I see you typing in Spanish, but me personally, I don't know. I don't know. Me personally, I'm being honest. I'm not bilingual. Why am I streaming at acting up? Don't know why my streaming is acting up, people. I have no clue why. E-Republic said military time for Jordan Fletcher to get Jerry Curls and move to India on a permanent basis. Hey, E-Republic. Chevy said Jamaican fans on YouTube streams always have answers, and the answers are football problems after the fact. It's as always MG Sports. Yeah, true. Yeah, that's where we find answers, man. After the fact. We always find it after the fact. So it's a part of it still. Oh, Godfrey, blessings, my respect again. Schoolgirl football are the thing now. Unfortunately, no, the young girls, they don't get the support. If I'm being honest, they really don't get the support. That's the reason why I'm pushing to really help some of them, because they don't get the support. No one really turn out to watch those games. No one even look at it. Karim said, always remember this football is a number game. We never create no superiority. Yes. All right, so Karim, if you go back and watch the interview that I did with Coach Al Grimson in the post-match interview, a question that I asked Coach Al Grimson was, are you disappointed with the fact that we weren't able to in sustain high pressures in areas of the pitch, in the dangerous areas of the pitch, when the Trinidad team were sitting back and defending. And he said that, yes, he said not necessarily, because he knew that they know to play compact, they know to sit back deep and not react too quickly, but they also know that when they punch the ball wide inside the channels that we vacate, they have the potential or the ability to hurt us there. So he was actually a bit balanced in that perspective. It was kind of balanced in that perspective. I definitely thought that we didn't, as I said, Karum, we didn't create any superiority in areas like they were sitting back deep. Push numbers forward. Push numbers forward. Push numbers forward. Hope you get the contract to broadcast Reggae Boyz matches. Hope so too. Chelsea David said, Chelsea said, you realize the Asian team is a quarterfinal of the Champions League? Yeah. Thomas should play centre back. He has no quality on the wing. God said, I think this year World Cup is going to be something to talk about. Trevor said, I'm Reggie Grant. I'm a Jamaican football supporter. I care about 80 or a next country. Bro, no disrespect. Agree. Blessings, Marvin, for the super chat. Marvin 123. Really appreciate it. Definitely. Chelsea said 4-4-2 is the best formation to use to defeat. Arikam said, I need to ask, why did Jamaica change the coach? Normally when a team change your coach, it would have been one of two things: underperformance or loss of dressing room. Those are normally two things why they change coach. Two things. And I don't think Tapa necessarily lost the dressing room, but I do believe that it could have been underperformance. I don't hear nothing now, Shane. I don't hear nothing at all. I am from Trinidad and Tobago. Blessings, Ari. Comes Ramat. Blessings, my respect. Karum said, man on a machine, rest up. Yeah, true, Karum. I never knew that me so tired. I tell you the truth, Karum. I never knew I was so tired. BM said, military, what do you think about the turnout? I think it was decent. I thought the turnout was decent as well. But we have to remember that it's not a World Cup qualifier. It's not a match that means a lot, like a Nation League or something like that. It's not any of that. It's just a friendly game. Basically, you can call it a squad match. It was actually a squad match. And people actually turned out. I think most of the supporters came out to actually see Whisper Still. But it was definitely a fairly good or decent turnout, I would say. I think we look at nearly roughly about upwards of 12 to 13,000 supporters in the stadium. And that's actually a very good turnout in my perspective. E-Group said, MG, how was the fan support in Kingston? Better than Moby saying that the most came out for Whisper. Yeah, we had more supporters in Kingston, but because of the size of the stadium, that's the reason why it didn't necessarily look that way. Uncharted Media Production said, military, we need Marcus Reed from CC in the midfield. I swear, Marcus Reed is a youngster, man. Give him time to develop. Very talented as well, though. Never mind, I said, MG in Jamaica, not no normal. O'Shane said, MG, what you want? Said, Demar going to play for Jamaica, change back in mind. That's what I heard. I heard that the chance of him coming is very, very, very high. That's what I heard. But still waiting to see. Roger Grant said, at Travis Percy, I don't, but they haven't played a league game since 2019 and they are getting results and we're not. But we always accept excuses. Travis said, Jamaican fans, be patient people. R said, Angus Eve seems to know what he was doing. The team played very, very organized football. The team played like a team that was been training for a long time together. We also have to understand that the thing is, no, people. We can look at it in two ways, right? First of all, no international team necessarily get the chance to train for a prolonged period. None. So what you have to do, get the best players and see how best you can suit them and fit them in your system. That's the reason why with the national program, that's the reason why when you have the national program, you find out that the coaches go for players that they are familiar with and knows how he plays. And just to get that level of continuity and understanding what he wants to do, rather than each time there's an international friendly, he's calling up 11 different players, and then now you have to reteach everything over. Despite how talented they are, it makes no sense. Javian Brown said, they better play good versus Mexico. True, they better. Chelsea Davis said, cause me still are living in 2014. Arkham said, I would love to see both Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica make it to the next World Cup. It would be interesting. It would be very interesting. Eagle Republic said, Military Guna, I am really concerned that Coach Al Grimson has spent so much time with domestic players and they are not grasping the concept. And so you can look at it at two ways. What if they were actually doing what he wanted? What if? What if they were actually doing what he wants? Also, it could be that they were just not doing what they want. They could be trying to do what he wants, but just not at the level that he want them to do it. It's just what it is. Ashoy Gibbs, big up. Ashoy said, how you use super chat? I think just look in the comment section, you're going to see it. I think it's going to be a $sign thing there. If not, you can definitely support us utilizing either PayPal or something. You can support us by doing that. If you can't find the super chat, you can support us by doing that. We'll be dropping the link in the comment section quite soon, so don't worry about that. Let me see if we can see more comments. Uncharted Media said Marcus would have give some good ball to the forwards. Yeah, but remember, man, this is a different level, man. This is not schoolboy level, man. We have to realize that this is not schoolboy football, I'm not saying that Marcus Reed is not good, but this is not schoolboy football. This is a significantly high level. His time, I do know for a fact that his time will most definitely come. Southcry said, I was so embarrassed to hear the Trinidad coach talking how we play old English European long ball and how they easily defend against it. Really? I'll show you the link is in the comment section. Really, that's funny. I'm also an Arsenal fan, but I'm looking forward to seeing Whisper play. Actually excited for him. You see that? Whisper name large in the Caribbean. That's actually a good thing. That's very much a good thing. And I'm an Arsenal fan, as you can see. Guna, MG starts for military and military Guna for Arsenal. Arsenal for life. November 9 said, BM said, do you think Marcus Edwards would ever play for Jamaica? Marcus Edwards, I'm not familiar with the name. BM, I'm not familiar with the name. You'll have to run some information on it for me. November 9 said, one thing the coach telling you want to play, the other is playing in initiative. Often it is initiative factor. Coaches can't predict every aspect of the game. Decision making need developing. That's so true. In the final third, our decision making is very, very poor. Very good observation, number 9. Travis said, Roger Grant, no read nothing in that, bro. Our Grims is here to feature our football, right? Or to fix our football, right? Okay. Our Grab said National Stadium can hold 16,000. No, I think the maximum is 30,000. It's actually, I believe it's 30 to 35,000 in that region. Roger said we played. Why can't we play Clarendon College system? That's a good question. That boils down to coaching. That boils down to many different factors. But I would want to see us play like that. I can imagine playing like that. High possession, lot of possession, keeping rotation of the ball, playing the team of the park, just patiently waiting on the opportunity, the goal opportunity to present itself. That actually would be very, very good. Fimboja Vicar said Grimson used to often also use 4-4-1-1 with Iceland with attacking midfielders as a false 9. Sigerson, Everton, just be patient. Grimson will bring success to Jamaica football. We are patient. We are definitely patient, but we also can discuss the areas that we see a bit of work. But I do believe that most Jamaican fans are very, very patient. Southcry said, that's why I don't like what the coach said about waiting to see other players before you think of a silent system. Sound like Miran Garden to me. Ooh, interesting. Roger 876 said, Tope can defend, but if there is the better defenders overseas, the coach have to call them instead of Tope. Tope pass too much long ball. And ball kicker, Tope a kicker ball. He make a lot of long ball, but one thing for sure, also he has a lot of line breaking passes as well. A lot of long ball, yes, but also a lot of line breaking passes as well. So if we can look at the ball, we can also look at other good aspects that in which that he did as well. But I do agree where he played a lot of long ball. Roger said Mariapa is worse than Tope is right now. Mariapa get old now. Yeah. November 9 said if Hutchinson can give we what Tyler gave us on the wing, we already sorted out the striking. Ravel want proper left wing, right wing around him. We need better defenders. The thing is, Hutchinson had a bad game, but definitely if that is the standard of a bad game, a player that are. So listen, in my perspective, Hutchinson did have a bad game, not the best of the game. But one thing I know for sure is that in the attacking sense, poor. In the defensive set, his defensive work rate was so high. He covered for Lambekiza. He covered in central areas. I do believe that he's more of a central attacking midfielder than of a winger. Look, if you watch his I think it's his movement. What's the terminology, man? I think it's vertical movement. Is it No. There's a particular terminology in how he moves his body or he receives the ball in stride. And that's not necessarily of a winger. When I'm looking at it on the right-hand side of the pitch, I think he starts off the left-hand side. How he receives the ball, he looks more of a winger. He's like, looks more of a midfielder, an attacking midfielder. And he always tends to want to go inside, closer to the goal. But that's just how it is. Yeah, he didn't have the best day. Let me see. Ganesh Natik said, give the coach time. Remember goals with matches, but defense win titles. Give the coach time. And I agree. Claude said, Jamaica had all the possession like Pablo Escobar and did nothing with it. Rajay said, Richard King can play, but he might not be good enough either. I do think Richard King actually had a good game. I do think. You know the funny thing about it? We speak so highly of these attackers them, and we actually had a clean sheet, but yet still we bash the defenders. It's quite strange. When you look at it, right? Defending, we did extremely well because we kept a clean sheet. We have no chance to create us, but we kept a clean sheet and we kept it close, kept it compact. But yet still the attackers get glory and we didn't score. We didn't create anything. We didn't score anything. All here was good try. But I defend and get beaten. It's really, really strange. Find that strange still. Find that strange. Marcus Edwards plays for Sporting Lisbon in Portugal. Oh, I didn't know. Travis Spencer said, Van Talk, all who want, etc. Al Grimson is the coach. Any player he picks, we the fans have to accept it. Agree. Jerome 876, the official capacity is 35,000, but when Reggae Boyz did hot, all 40,000 in a stadium. People rather go in there, go stand up. Makes sense. Ocean Rodriguez said, what do you think about Deacon at Arnett? Deacon, good player, but Deacon play for the crowd. So most like Deacon better games them is actually Dowd at Arnett. So when the crowd start midnight, that is Deacon. Talented player though, very, very talented player. But that is Deacon. Southcross said, Trinidad is no joke side. Jamaica just wasn't playing modern football. We nullify our midfield altogether. Eagle Public said, I just saw the USA squad for their 2 Nations League game and they are not playing. Well, luckily we're not playing against them. I saw the Mexico selection. I think it's Mexico pool. It's basically the same players that played in the World Cup. Marcel Enrique said, no movement from the strikers. Strikers need to learn off the ball, movement too stationary. Alright, so for that, I strongly believe that Colin Anderson really, really worked the channels. Colin Anderson really, really worked the channels. And I like the way, I like his movement. So, the off the ball movement aspect I know, I do believe that we never necessarily had a creative midfielder on the pitch. We had like Hutchinson, but Hutchinson was playing out wide. Didn't get much from Lamar Walker in the creative aspect, more so of lateral passes and back passes from Lamar Walker. More safe passes than really trying something. I think Demar Phillips is not really a creative player, more of a box-to-box. But look at the chance that Colin Anderson find himself in. It was just his movement and his pace that got him in those got him in those spaces to make it look like the chances were created. Guys, we are 20 likes. We have 160 persons watching the stream, and we are 20 likes away from 100. Just help me get there, people. Help me get there, people, please. Help me on the journey now. Jerome 876, we already have enough wingers. Why not play Hutchinson at Cam? That's a good one. I thought, put Hutchinson at Cam, put Wiss up on the left side, upon the right hand side. In my perspective, that makes a little bit more sense. My perspective, but I am not the coach. That's the thing about it. I'm not the coach. I didn't go do UEFA Pro license coaching. I not have none of them something there. So let the man with the pro license coaching badges do him stuff. Let him do him stuff. He know exactly what I do. Him know him want from a player. He know if he facilitate players. He knows that 8 persons to go to reach 100 like people. Once reach 100 like some people now hear more from me. Nothing more now hear from me. Once reach 100 like me, I tell that. Ganesh said Omar was inverting. Coach said he wanted him to stay on the wings and run down the flank. That is thing. He might go invert because it's not a natural winger. Lama was afraid to go forward. He turned back the ball each time. David Jackson, Hutchinson play in the middle and get Whisper on the wing. Since MG made the talk, I can see the transition because Whisper deadly on the right hand side also. Even though they said it's a 4-4-2, one striker always drop back like false 9 and forms a 4-2-3-1 or 4-4. I think it's more of a 4-4-1-1. First off, Whisper came back when Fletcher came on. He was playing false 9. I don't think that was instruction. If you watch all the entire 90 minutes, go and rewatch it. Because me do an highlight reel for Lambekisa, I realized that Whisper don't naturally play like a striker. Up there is coming to the central area to try to collect the ball. And really and truly, you don't really want that. You don't really want that. Who if you collect the ball, the attacking midfielder is supposed to collect the ball in those areas, and you are work the defenders, work the channels in between the lines for the defenders. Most of the times, a lot of persons know that. In football, the strikers are the players who normally get the least touches on the football. Least touches. Strikers get the least touches. The onus is on them to be clinical when they do get that opportunity to touch the ball or finish off the chance that they get. Persons who get the most touch, centre backs and the 2 centre backs, normally centre backs and the central defensive midfielder. They are the one who get the most touch. Attacking midfielder get touch, but not like those players. Attacking midfielder now, it should be this is a line of transition. Centre back, central defensive midfield. Just use your imagination, people. Just go in the brain now. Use your imagination. Hey, right now, I say 9. Anyways, people are only 1 like away from 100. Use your imagination, people. So the centre backs are just ahead of the 18-yard box, right? Just think about it. The defensive midfielder just below the centre circle. Just below the centre circle. The attacking midfielder now just above the centre circle in their attacking phase. Just above. Then now the strikers would be just above the 18-yard of the box, looking to run inside of the 18-yard of the box. So if you have those 3 lines of transition, those 4 lines of transition, and the ball can move as fluent as possible, if you are that good or that technical enough to move the ball from defense to midfield, to the defensive midfielder can find either one of the number 8s, the 2 number 8s or whichever is there, and the number 8s can pick a pass either over the top, either through the line to break the defense, push the defense back to the striker. I do believe that there's a bit more fluidity there. But the problem is you're not playing against cones. You're just going to stand up and make it happen. Attack midfielders got under pressure. Strikers are got people in the box. So these are the small factors which affect those things. But practicing that aspect of play, when it become perfect, you can now be able to maneuver even when you're under pressure. So it's all about doing that on a repetition. As I said initially, my problem is I did not necessarily saw a repetition of play for me to say that this is what they did in training, and you can see that because they were doing it on a consistent basis. One thing I saw consistently was the long ball over the top. So obviously that is something that must have been done in training on a regular basis for them to come and do that. Anthony Fletcher said another thing is that the players need to work on their first touch that killed them when they had good chances. True, Eagle Republic said Lamar was not playing as someone with 16 international caps. Travis said these fans believe Jamaica can play like Man City, Bird, Real Madrid. We don't really have the players to play like that, Travis. I agree. We don't have the players to play like that. Shane Rodriguez said Lamar Walker is not a winger. Nobody that play inside the middle can play better than him. That's a very, very big statement to make in Shane. That's a vague statement to make because most of the players weren't necessarily in their natural position. So, that's how football is. Phil Jones, big up. Jamaica fans, them expectation too high. Man, them still a play 2000s ball game. Ganesh said, but military, the middle will be left wide open always. And the coaching tactics 101 said to push the teams out wide and double team them using touchline at third defender. Alright, so it depends. It depends. If you are a team that plays through the middle, you're always going to have your midfielders getting on the ball under every single circumstance. And then you probably try to find a wingers a break forward. Even if they don't receive the ball, push forward. You get some extremely fit winger. But the thing is, Ganesh, you have to realize that in football, as I said, if you look at every coach have their own philosophy. If you're going to deploy a 4-4-2 formation, first thing you have to acknowledge, you're going to have two persons in midfield. One of which is going to be the defensive-minded one. Second, one of which is going to be attacking-minded one. Then you're going to have two wingers. Now, the two wingers provide width. The two wingers' main duty in a formation like that is to provide width. Then now, when you have the two wingers out wide, you're going to have the two central midfielders a bit closer to each other. So you're going to have a lot of spaces. If you're playing against a team that has three in the midfield, you will have problems because they're going to outnumber you by outnumber in the midfield. And secondly, they're going to have time and space when they do receive the ball. And by the time your wingers collapse inside the midfield, by then most likely the three midfielders of the opposing team can actually push forward already and maybe bypass those wingers. Then you have everybody. You have the wingers, you have the two strikers that track back trying to get back involved. Then you have the wingers try collapse as well. And by that time, the attacking team front players are ahead, midfielders already pushing high, and you are in problem. You're going to create as Karoom said earlier in the comment section, a superiority in numbers. We will have our four defenders, two midfielders versus three attackers and three midfielders. So that's basically 6v6. You don't want to have a situation in that, a 6v6 situation. Normally, what most teams try to do is to isolate. Like, I see most teams I'm seeing in the Premier League right now, especially when I play against a team like Arsenal, them make it run down to 1v1 situation. Every team bringing it to 1v1 situation. But the problem is, because we were playing more of individuals rather than a team, that is the reason why it looked that difficult to really maneuver from attack to defense. Because it's more of a talent-based thing rather than a team-based thing. That is the reason why Jamaica consistently talking about getting best talent, because that is the only way we can facilitate and make up for the lackluster in team effort. So when we have individual brilliance, we can have individual people doing brilliant things on the pitch to provide the outcome rather than utilizing the team to provide the outcome. Team play, brilliant plays by the team, set up coaching tactics, systematical play, systematical defensive abilities, like when a team are defending one accord, whatever reason. But because we're so individualized, you have just that. And we consistently said, okay, we need the best players because each one of those players can do something for us special rather than the team in itself. Let me explain to you, right? So let's look at an Arsenal versus a Manchester City. Let's look at Arsenal versus a Manchester City. If you should compare the talent that Manchester City has in comparison to Arsenal, I would say that Manchester City, most persons would agree, have way more superior talent than Arsenal. Now, a lot of persons don't know that there's internal issues. There's internal issues in Man City. So basically, players, you have that little thing there. Even Pep Guardiola and Kevin De Bruyne, they have that thing. So when you look at a striker like when you look at Haaland, who will lead the line, who have scored this world per goal, but check it out, Arsenal is just a few goals behind Man City because most of Arsenal goals are distributed right across the team, and the strikers are scoring, yes, but it's distributed right across the team. So it's more of a team-based thing. Then you look at Manchester City, who have this world per talent. Now say Pep Guardiola and coach the team well, but them world per talent, and because they're so talented, they don't necessarily have to play like a team because their individual brilliance can just win the game for them. Alan can turn up, score 5 goals because Kevin De Bruyne just a string passes left, right, and center on his 2 point. and Alan go find him. But when you look at Arsenal goals, what Saka take a touch, Kevin Odegaard take a touch, Thomas Partey is involved, this player is involved, these type of things, intricate passes in and out, because we have to do that to get our goals. With them, they don't necessarily have to do that. Alan cannot take a ball, run, just bulldoze everybody, lit down everything in front of them way and go score. Kevin De Bruyne pick it up that from halfway, dribble, find a pass anywhere. It's just easy for them. It's very easy, very much easy for them. Jeremy said, I'm from Trinidad and I have a team who run a podcast and would like to have a conversation about a potential collaboration on topic of developing football in the Caribbean. No problem, Jeremy. All you gotta do is contact me via my IG page. Somebody on my IG page, somebody can drop the link in the comment section so that they can have it. Let's see if we can do a collab. See if we can do a collab. It's been a while since I've done a collab. It's been a while. Raymond Austin Osborne. Big up, Raymond. Big up. My respect, Raymond. Big up. Just drop it. My respect. Military, be honest. What's gonna happen in the Mexico game? If I'm being honest, that's a tough one. It's a tough one. No, first of all, I want to see the team that is being called first. When I see the team that's going to be called, then I can actually have a better idea of what is likely to happen. But we can't approach those games just like we did those 2 Trinidad games. But massive respect for the super chat. It's a difficult question to answer. A really difficult question to answer. And I really hope that we can approach those Trinidad games with a more attacking mindset. I'm not going to say, boy, I'm not going to throw everything on the coach's back. Coaches actually, I do believe that the coach is actually doing a good job, especially where local camp is because I can see that being transitioned even into the JPL right now. I can see that being transitioned. Roger said, in my opinion, the best performance was the keeper, Wait, and the right back Lembikisa. Tyler Roberts played good for the few minutes that he played. Fletcher played alright. But look at it. The centre backs, the 2 centre backs, we can say, well, what? The only thing we can complain about with our centre backs was the long ball. That's the only thing we can complain about. We cannot complain about our centre backs really defending aspect. They walked away with a clean sheet. So we cannot complain about the defensive aspect of it. We walked away with a clean sheet. And we didn't get a clean sheet the last time out, but unfortunately that's just football. But I do believe you have to give the centre back some level of respect for that, because they could have it. But Lembikisa for sure. People, I'm doing Lembikisa highlight reel. I mean, tell us, I do from morning until now, me can't done. He's so heavily involved. And the first game I did not, I'm not done it. He's so heavily involved in the game. Them, it's phenomenal. It's really good. When Al Grimson was Iceland coach in Iceland, he would meet supporters in a bar 3 to 4 hours before the game and show us his starting lineup and explain tactical approach. He want people to get involved. Yeah, I realize that. So I heard him mention something about having open training session, maybe 1 and 2 training session, open training session. So that would be interesting. I would definitely love to go and see that. Roger said coach should pick Tyler Roberts and Lemmy Kisa for the Mexico game. Lemmy Kisa back off too much. So sometimes the Trinidad players ran past him. I must say about one time I seen get cooked still. Yeah. He really yeah man, somebody toast him one at a time still. But I think that's it. It was funny to see. But definitely, other than that, since doing the highlight reels, I haven't seen much of that. Since doing the highlight reel, I haven't seen much of that, people. If I'm being honest here, I haven't seen much of that since doing the highlight reel. So definitely. So definitely that's one to look at. Let me run through. Roger said, otherwise, Lemmy says the best defender out of all the players that played against Trinidad. Travis Spencer said, it will be totally different versus Mexico. Calm coach. Al Grimson got this people. Bud John said, Atkinson and Whisper are the best. I do think that Atkinson and Lemmy Kisa had they played very good together, especially in the first game. They played really, really good together. Jelana Johnson said, disagree with your thoughts with Arsenal versus City. Man City does have individual standout, but the overall team plays is what allows the different talents to shine in areas that Pep wants. I agree. I totally agree. But look at Arsenal. Arsenal don't have the level of talent of a Manchester City. So we have to play more of a team game than anything else. But I 100% agree with what you're saying. I think we should have used like our Chelsea. Our Liverpool, these teams that are highly talented but underperforming. But how comes a team park bus and you playing long ball? What is madness? Solskjaer said Man City, even though they have world-class players, City plays 99 passes. They play out from the back. They get their midfielders involved. Agree. Raymond again said, which players from the friendly should be in the team for Mexico? Ooh, Omar Hutchinson, Lemby Kisa for sure. Nobody night. I do think King is going to be recalled. Fassa is likely to be recalled again. Ooh, I like Colin Anderson. I like Colin Anderson. Unfortunately, Trevante Stewart, despite doing so well in the JPL, it did not stake a claim in my view. It did not take a claim. I've seen much better from Trevante Stewart. Much better. I like Colin Anderson's work rate and the errors on the pitch and take up. It's hard for me to say, but out of the two, I do think that standout wise, Lemby Kisa is the one in both games who really stake a claim. Really stake a claim. Busy was good in the first game as well. Never seen the second game. Jerome 876 said, yeah, they link up well. Big up Mario. Big up blessings. My respect, my bro. Jade said, will the team from Mexico consist of players that were not a part of the team for the friendly? Yes, it will be mostly players who are not a part of that team. Travis said, Wicked Man, big up Wicked Man Burp. My massive respect. Chris, on the Negril side, I mash up some Martel, Red Bull, and cranberry juice at a party. So, hey, Travis, watch your age and the drinking in the man. Wicked Man said, Colin look like a time to leave the league and go finish developing in Europe. You can see that he'll be trouble. Me, I tell him, man, quick, lightning pace, man. Jeremy 76 Jade, only 4 players from from Trinidad series will make the team for the Mexico game. Yeah, man, I mean, Wicked Man Burp. Travis, I live the rich life. That's rich. Up on a balcony. Travis said up on a balcony. Solskjaer said the same players could play. It's not about players. The individualists, and the problem is we do not practice a team game. Solskjaer, remember the levels. I remember the levels. Ganesh said King captain the second half. Yeah, yes he did. That's how I include King name night. He wouldn't get the captain armband if I think that's why I'm getting. Who else up on the pitch couldn't get the armband? Lamar Walker couldn't get the armband. I think Lamar Walker couldn't get the armband. Who else was on the pitch? I don't remember. Anyways, Finn Woods said, I agree with you about Anderson. I won't be surprised if he get a recall because Al Grimson love players with high work rate. Yes! And Mario Phillips, high work rate. High work rate. Really, really high work rate. Mario said the JFF is the reason why we lost the game. Very poor pitch. No, Mario, the national said they match play, man. Not about poor pitch. Travis, I get 40 like little Mario when you watch your age, Travis, a young boy. No, wicked Mario. Travis a old man. Travis up in a age band. Claude Murphy said the defense game of Whisper is poor against Mexico. He would have plenty of that to do. I would not start him. He's not a defensive man.